Mr. Chairman, our economy is slow, is it not?
Yes, although still growing at a solid pace.
Our unemployment rate is rising, is it not?
Yes, it is, although the labor market is still strong.
Our labor market is slowing, is it not?
Yes, but I'd say unemployment is still low by historical standards. But yes, it is. We've seen cooling. Yes.
Welcome back to the channel. Today we're breaking down a heated Capitol Hill exchange. Senator Kennedy grilling Fed Chair Powell. From unemployment to inflation, this is about your paycheck, your grocery bill, and your future. Let's start with the big question. Is our economy slowing down? Kennedy asks Powell directly. Powell replies, yes, but still growing at a solid pace. Kennedy drills down. Most new jobs in June came from just 3 sectors: government, healthcare, and social assistance. Job creation is narrowing, not broadening. Manufacturing is flat, tech is losing jobs, and hospitality is slowing down. If government leads job growth, that's not a healthy private sector.
I was looking at the recent jobs numbers. I know you've glanced at them too. About 3/4 of the net new jobs that were created in June were in government, healthcare, and social assistance. What does that tell you?
So that's a concentration. You'd rather see broader job creation than that. Those 3 areas have, in some reports, they've been, as it was this time, they've been the predominant creators of jobs. That tells you that job creation is becoming less broad in the economy and it's narrowing.
It tells you that government's creating those jobs, doesn't it?
Well, it's government. It's also in-person services. It's also some of it's government.
Manufacturing's been flat.
Yes, manufacturing's not creating a lot of new jobs these days.
Information technology shed jobs over the past 2 years, hasn't it?
I don't know.
Leisure and hospitality jobs have slowed to almost a trickle.
So that's a place where there was a desperate worker shortage, and they've done quite a bit of hiring, but they're catching up now.
Kennedy asks, aren't these jobs tied to our spending deficits?
I mean, 3/4 of the jobs that are being created in our economy can be related directly or indirectly to our spending deficits, can't they?
In this report, in this single report, I don't know that healthcare is really government spending. I mean, that's something people are consuming.
Where do you think these hospitals get their money?
They may get it, but I mean, people are not. The spending on healthcare is not necessarily directly related to deficits, is my point.
I would disagree with you.
Kennedy says most Americans don't feel good about the economy, do they?
Most Americans don't feel good about the economy, do they?
No, and we don't tell people how to feel about the economy.
I mean, isn't it a fact that most people, if you ask them to define Bidenomics, they would say that's easy. We get to pay more to live worse.
I wouldn't touch
You don't want to answer that
a sentence with that word in it.
Yeah. I mean, we can pretty this up all I guess my point is, and I know you're going to do this anyway, but I'd be really careful with this economy. I mean, people just don't feel better off today. And one can marshal a persuasive argument that, well, you should, compared to Europe or compared to China, compared to Canada. But feelings are feelings. People don't feel good about this economy. And it's primarily because of inflation.
Costs are up, paychecks are shrinking, and trust in policy is eroding. If you're tired of paying more just to live worse, you're not alone. For more real talk on the economy, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Kennedy asks the big question. Is inflation just corporate greed?
Let me use my final 30 seconds to ask you. I listened to my good friend, the chairman, give his opening statement. Do you think inflation was caused by corporate greed?
I hate to comment on something the chairman was speaking about.
I'll go ahead.
Well, so I will just say we see at the Fed, we see inflation as when there's an imbalance between supply and demand, and we use our tools to work on the demand side of that and bring it back into line with supply.
I got 2 seconds. So when are you going to lower interest rates?
I'm today not going to be sending any signals about the timing of any future actions.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So what did we learn? The economy is slowing. Americans don't feel better off. Inflation is still biting. Whether you're a worker or just trying to make rent, this matters. Kennedy's questions were sharp, uncomfortable, and important. Subscribe, like, and share if you want the truth, not just talking points. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.